Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live alone and absolutely love it, especially if you're over 50 or 60? For many, the idea of living solo can seem daunting, but what if we told you that it could be one of the most fulfilling experiences of your life? In today's video, we're diving deep into how you can embrace this chapter with confidence, turning solitude into a source of joy and empowerment. We're going to reveal 4 transformative tips that will not only help you adjust to living alone, but will also make you thrive in ways you never thought possible. Whether it's discovering new passions, creating routines that nurture your well-being, or tapping into emotional and psychological benefits, these insights are designed to help you live your best life on your terms. And no, this isn't just about being alone. It's about falling in love with the freedom and growth that come with it. So, if you're ready to find out how to make every day an exciting adventure, filled with purpose and joy, stay with us. You're about to uncover the secrets to living alone and loving it, no matter your age. Let's get started. We will start with our experiences, our 4 tips for living alone and enjoying it. Picture this, a life where every decision is yours, where you create your own rhythm, and where solitude becomes your greatest companion. For many, the idea of living alone can feel intimidating, but when you look beyond the surface, you'll find that living alone offers an incredible opportunity for personal growth, freedom, and fulfillment. Whether you've recently started living alone, have been doing so for years, or are just beginning to think about it, these insights are designed to guide you toward not only surviving but truly thriving in solitude. 1. Take care of yourself first. Prioritize your well-being like never before. When we talk about living alone, the first and most essential thing to recognize is that your well-being takes center stage. Have you ever considered how much your physical and mental health impacts everything else in your life? Living alone magnifies the importance of self-care because, at the end of the day, you are your own greatest asset. You're the one responsible for how you feel, how you live, and ultimately, how much you enjoy life. And isn't that a wonderful thing? There's something deeply empowering about realizing that your health, both physical and mental, is entirely within your control. When you're living alone, no one is there to remind you to eat better, to move your body, or to take care of your mental well-being. It's all up to you, and while that might sound overwhelming at first, it's actually an invitation to take charge of your life in the most meaningful way. You become your own caretaker, and that's a powerful position to be in. Imagine waking up every morning and knowing that you have the energy to conquer the day because you've taken the time to nourish yourself properly, to move your body, and to calm your mind. Whether it's cooking nutritious meals, staying active, or practicing mindfulness, every little thing you do for yourself adds up. It's like putting small deposits into a well-being bank, and over time, the returns are immeasurable. When you live alone, you quickly learn that neglecting your health isn't an option. If you're not feeling well, everything else can come to a halt. So it's vital to treat your well-being as a non-negotiable priority. What does that look like for you? Maybe it means establishing a morning routine that includes meditation and stretching, or perhaps it's as simple as making sure you get enough sleep. Whatever it is, when you take care of yourself first, you're setting the foundation for a life filled with joy, energy, and purpose. 2. Develop your skills and confidence. Become the master of your own domain. Living alone isn't just about having your own space. It's about gaining confidence in your ability to manage that space and handle whatever life throws your way. Have you ever noticed how much satisfaction comes from solving problems on your own? Whether it's fixing something around the house, learning a new skill, or figuring out a solution to a challenge, living alone offers endless opportunities to grow and become more self-sufficient. Think about the small victories, the time you learn how to hang a picture frame without asking for help, or when you successfully change a light bulb in a tricky spot. These might seem like minor tasks, but each one builds your sense of capability. Living alone helps you realize that you can rely on yourself, that you're resourceful, and that you have the skills to thrive. But let's not forget that living alone doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself. One of the most surprising lessons you'll learn is how willing people are to help when you ask. Sometimes all it takes is a simple request, and suddenly a neighbor or a friend steps in to lend a hand. We've all had moments where we felt a bit overwhelmed by a task, only to find that a quick conversation with someone nearby made all the difference. Living alone gives you the chance to become both independent and connected. You develop the skills to handle things on your own, but you also learn the value of reaching out when necessary. Whether it's learning how to do something new or building relationships with the people around you, living alone becomes an adventure in self-reliance and community building at the same time. 3. Prioritize safety and create your sanctuary, a place of peace and security. One of the most important aspects of living alone is creating a space where you feel not just physically safe but emotionally secure as well. When you live alone, your home becomes your sanctuary, and it's up to you to cultivate an environment where you can fully relax and recharge. In today's world, we're fortunate to have access to a wide range of tools and technologies that can help enhance our safety and give us peace of mind. Have you ever thought about how much easier it is to feel secure with the help of modern technology? Devices like smart doorbells, security cameras, or even simple locks can make a huge difference in how protected you feel in your own space. These tools aren't just for the tech-savvy. They're for anyone who wants to create an environment that feels safe and secure. Knowing who's at your door before you open it, or being able to check in on your home when you're away provides an extra layer of comfort, allowing you to truly relax. But safety isn't just about gadgets. It's also about emotional security. Living alone offers the unique opportunity to design your space exactly how you want it, filling it with things that make you feel calm, happy, and at ease. Whether it's a favorite piece of artwork, a cozy corner where you can read, or soft lighting that creates a peaceful ambience, your home becomes a reflection of you. It's a place where you can unwind, think, dream, and be yourself without any distractions. Emotional security also comes from knowing that even though you live alone, you're not isolated. You can cultivate relationships with neighbors, friends, or family members who check in on you from time to time. A simple phone call, text, or visit can remind you that you're part of a larger community. Living alone doesn't mean being alone. It means having the autonomy to create your own support network on your terms. 4. Embrace the freedom. Live life exactly the way you want. Perhaps the most exciting part of living alone is the freedom it brings. Freedom to shape your days exactly how you want, freedom to make decisions without consulting anyone, and freedom to explore life on your own terms. There's a unique joy that comes with having full control over your time and choices, an experience that's both liberating and empowering. Have you ever stopped to appreciate how much freedom you actually have when you live alone? You can wake up whenever you like, eat what you want, and spend your day however you choose. Want to stay in your pajamas until noon? Go ahead. Feel like taking a spontaneous road trip? There's no one to stop you. This level of autonomy allows you to reconnect with your own desires and passions, free from the constraints of someone else's schedule or expectations. The beauty of living alone is that it gives you the space to discover what truly makes you happy. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to paint, but never had the time. Or perhaps you've been longing to travel solo, explore new hobbies, or simply spend more time doing the things you love. When you live alone, every day is an opportunity to explore, grow, and indulge in the things that bring you joy. But freedom isn't just about doing whatever you want. It's about living authentically. It's about creating a life that reflects who you are, without compromise. You get to decide what matters most to you, whether it's pursuing a career, investing in your personal growth, or simply enjoying the quiet moments of solitude. Living alone gives you the freedom to craft a life that's uniquely yours, and that's a gift that's truly priceless. These 4 principles, taking care of yourself, honing your skills, ensuring safety, and embracing freedom, form the foundation of living alone and loving it. Life in solitude can be one of the most fulfilling journeys you embark on, full of opportunities for growth, joy, and self-discovery. Whether you're new to living alone or have been walking this path for years, these insights will guide you toward a richer, more rewarding experience each day. In the next part, we will help you to understand the reasons why solitude is necessary for personal growth. It's something that many people overlook in today's fast-paced world, where we're constantly surrounded by noise, technology, and endless distractions. But solitude, true, intentional solitude, is far more than just spending time alone. It's about finding those quiet, sacred moments where you can truly connect with yourself, away from the demands of others. It's about creating space where you can breathe, think, and dive deep into the layers of your own being. When was the last time you actually allowed yourself to just be? To exist in the moment without your phone buzzing, without a to-do list pulling at your mind, without the expectations of family, friends, or work weighing on your shoulders. Solitude offers a unique kind of freedom, the freedom to meet yourself where you are, to explore the depths of who you are becoming, and to reflect on what truly matters to you. Let's explore why solitude is not only necessary but transformative when it comes to personal growth, and how it can unlock doors to new possibilities within yourself. 1. Discovering the richness of your inner world. We live in a world that places so much emphasis on external success, what we accomplish, how others perceive us, the roles we play. But what about the inner world? What about that rich, vast landscape within you that's often neglected because of the constant pull of external demands? Solitude offers you the chance to reconnect with this inner world, to explore the emotions, dreams, and ideas that often get buried beneath the surface. In these quiet moments, you begin to uncover layers of yourself that you may not have even known were there. You start to hear the whispers of your deepest desires, the things that truly light you up, and the fears or insecurities that may have been quietly holding you back. And in that space, where it's just you and your thoughts, you have the freedom to ask yourself, who am I really? What do I want? What is my purpose? These questions, although simple, are profound, and they often lead to life-changing realizations that set you on a new path of growth. When you're alone, with no one to impress and no distractions, you can truly be honest with yourself. It's in these moments of solitude that you can find the answers that have been hiding just beneath the surface all along. It's not always easy, because sometimes solitude brings you face to face with truths you may have been avoiding. But it's only by confronting these truths that you can move forward with clarity and confidence. 2. Solitude as a gateway to deeper relationships. It may sound strange at first, but learning to embrace solitude can actually improve your relationships. Think about it. When you take the time to really understand yourself, to honor your own needs and desires, you become a more centered and grounded person. You're no longer looking to others to fill the voids within you, because you've learned how to fill them yourself. This makes your connections with others more authentic, more fulfilling, because you're coming from a place of wholeness rather than neediness. In solitude, you develop a sense of self-reliance. You realize that while relationships are incredibly valuable, they aren't the source of your happiness or validation. And this shift in perspective changes everything. When you're no longer relying on others to complete you, you're able to offer something far more valuable in your relationships, your true self. You become more present, more compassionate, and more understanding because you've taken the time to do that inner work on your own. In fact, solitude helps you appreciate the time you spend with others even more. When you've had the chance to recharge and reflect, you return to your relationships with fresh energy, new insights, and a deeper sense of gratitude. You're able to engage with others from a place of abundance, rather than from a place of needing something from them. 3. Solitude as a space for creative freedom. Creativity thrives in solitude. Have you ever noticed that some of the most brilliant ideas or solutions come to you when you're alone, in a quiet moment? Whether it's while taking a long walk, sitting quietly in a park, or even while lying in bed at night, solitude gives your mind the space it needs to wander, explore, and experiment. In the world of constant distractions, We rarely give ourselves the time to just sit with our thoughts. But solitude opens up a whole new realm of possibility. Without the influence of others' opinions, without the noise of the world around you, you can begin to explore ideas that are uniquely yours. This is the space where innovation happens, where you can try out new concepts, play with different possibilities, and take creative risks without fear of judgment. Some of the greatest minds in history, artists, writers, scientists, have credited their creative breakthroughs to time spent in solitude. Picasso, for example, would retreat to his studio to paint in complete silence, letting his imagination guide him. And it was in those quiet moments that he created some of his most iconic works. Solitude offers you that same opportunity to let go of the external noise and tune into the creative potential that lies within you. For the healing power of solitude. Beyond creativity, solitude has a profound ability to heal. When we're constantly in the presence of others, it's easy to ignore or suppress the emotions we don't want to deal with. But in solitude, there's no escaping yourself. And while that might sound daunting, it's actually a beautiful opportunity for healing. In the stillness of solitude, you can begin to process the emotions that have been swirling beneath the surface, whether it's sadness, anger, fear, or even joy. Solitude creates a safe space for you to sit with those feelings, to acknowledge them, and to start healing. It's in these moments of quiet reflection that you can begin to release what no longer serves you and make space for new growth. Sometimes we're afraid of solitude because we don't want to face our emotions head on. But avoiding them only leads to more stress and inner turmoil. By embracing solitude, you give yourself the gift of healing. You allow yourself to feel, to process, and ultimately to grow stronger from the experience. 5. Solitude is a pathway to purpose. One of the most transformative aspects of solitude is the way it helps you discover your purpose. When you remove the distractions of everyday life and spend time in quiet contemplation, you can begin to see your life from a higher perspective. You start to ask yourself bigger questions, questions about your values, your goals, and the legacy you want to leave behind. It's in solitude that you can reflect on the direction your life is taking. Are you on the path that truly aligns with your deepest desires and values? Or have you been living according to someone else's expectations? Solitude allows you to recalibrate, to refocus on what truly matters, and to make decisions that are in alignment with your authentic self. This clarity of purpose is one of the greatest gifts solitude can offer. It gives you the space to explore not just who you are, but who you want to become. And once you have that clarity, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you're living a life that is true to you. 6. Solitude as a sanctuary from burnout. In today's world, burnout has become an all too common experience. We're constantly bombarded with information, demands, and responsibilities, leaving little room for rest or reflection. But solitude offers a sanctuary, a place where you can retreat, recharge, and regain your sense of balance. When you give yourself permission to step away from the chaos, even for a short period of time, you allow your mind and body to rest. In solitude, you can replenish your energy, gain new perspectives, and return to your life with a renewed sense of purpose. It's not about escaping your responsibilities, it's about creating the space you need to approach them with fresh energy and clarity. Solitude teaches you that it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to rest, to reflect, and to nurture yourself. In fact, it's necessary if you want to avoid burnout and continue growing as a person. 7. The sacredness of solitude. Lastly, there's a sacredness to solitude that is often overlooked. It's in these quiet, still moments that you can connect with something greater than yourself. Whether you view it as connecting with the universe, your higher self, or simply the quiet wisdom within, solitude allows you to tap into a deeper sense of peace and presence. In solitude, you can find meaning in the stillness. You can hear the quiet whispers of your soul, guiding you toward your purpose, your growth, and your true self. This sacred connection, this deep inner knowing, is one of the most profound gifts of solitude. It's about creating a space where you can truly grow, heal, and connect with the deepest parts of who you are. When you embrace solitude, you unlock the door to personal transformation, creativity, and purpose. So, the next time you find yourself longing for connection or clarity, remember that it all starts within you. And it all starts with the gift of solitude. And now for our last part, let us tell you 10 reasons why intelligent people often feel lonely. Then maybe this can help you see things in a way that goes beyond what we usually hear. You see, when we think of loneliness, we often picture someone sitting alone, maybe feeling isolated, wishing they were surrounded by people. But for intelligent individuals, loneliness doesn't always look or feel like that. In fact, many of the brightest minds you'll ever encounter often choose solitude, not because they have no one to turn to, but because they crave something that can't always be found in crowds: peace, depth, reflection. Instead of simply saying, intelligent people are often lonely, let's dig deeper into why this happens. Intelligent people don't accidentally become lonely. They are drawn to moments of silence, spaces where they can let their minds stretch and explore without the interference of the world's constant noise. Picture this: after a long day full of meetings, interactions, or social events, when most people might seek out more company, maybe head to a party, catch up with friends, or indulge in casual conversations, intelligent individuals feel a pull in a different direction. They want to retreat into themselves, to find that quiet corner where they can breathe, think, and let their ideas roam freely. It's important to recognize that this doesn't mean intelligent people dislike others or can't enjoy social gatherings. On the contrary, many of them can thrive in social situations when they choose to. But it's the aftermath, their desire to disconnect and reflect, that makes them stand apart. If you've ever found yourself enjoying that moment of stillness when the world quiets down and you can finally hear your own thoughts, then you might understand what we're talking about. You see, solitude for intelligent people isn't something they fear. It's something they treasure, something they need to recharge and reconnect with themselves. This brings us to the question: why do intelligent people often feel lonely? What is it about their intelligence that leads them to embrace solitude? And why does this sometimes make them feel disconnected from others? Well, through years of psychological research and observation, we've gathered some fascinating insights into why this happens, and we'd like to share those with you now. 1. They understand it's lonely at the top. Imagine climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the fewer people you see. It's not because they're not capable of making the climb, it's because the journey isn't for everyone. Intelligent people often experience something similar. As they pursue their goals, as they push themselves to grow intellectually and personally, they realize that not everyone can keep up. Their ideas, their creativity, their ambitions, these things often set them apart from the crowd. And while being at the top can offer a breathtaking view, it can also feel a little lonely when there aren't many people who understand the journey it took to get there. For intelligent people, this understanding of being alone at the top isn't necessarily sad or discouraging. It's just a reality they've learned to accept. They know that their unique perspective, their way of seeing the world, won't always align with the masses. But they embrace this isolation as part of their growth, knowing that the rewards of their journey often outweigh the temporary loneliness they might feel. 2. Solitude offers them a unique freedom. While many people associate being alone with boredom or even sadness, intelligent individuals see it quite differently. To them, solitude represents something much more powerful: freedom. In the quiet moments, they are free to explore their thoughts without the constant interruptions of social interactions. They are free to delve into their creative pursuits, to think deeply about problems, to reflect on their experiences, all without the distractions that come from the noise of daily life. Think about the last time you were truly alone, not lonely, but alone. For some, that's a rare occurrence. But for intelligent individuals, those moments are precious. It's in those quiet spaces that they can think without constraints, dream without limits, and create without external pressure. Solitude isn't emptiness for them. It's a blank canvas waiting to be filled with their most profound ideas. It's where they find their inspiration, their clarity, and their drive. 3. They value depth over superficiality. One of the reasons intelligent people often choose to be alone is because they aren't interested in shallow interactions. Small talk, gossip, or surface-level conversations hold little appeal for them. While they can certainly engage in these things when necessary, they find them draining and unfulfilling. What they crave is depth, conversations that challenge them, relationships that inspire them, connections that go beyond the superficial. It's not that intelligent individuals can't enjoy socializing. They absolutely can. But they seek out conversations that stimulate their minds, relationships that make them grow, and experiences that add real value to their lives. And because those kinds of interactions are rare, they often prefer to step back from social situations that don't offer that level of depth. It's not about being antisocial. It's about choosing quality over quantity. 4. They observe more than they speak. Have you ever noticed how the quietest person in a room is often the one who has the most to say? Intelligent people are masters of observation. In group settings, they are usually the ones listening, watching, taking everything in. They don't feel the need to dominate the conversation or be the center of attention. Instead, they prefer to observe, to analyze, to understand the dynamics at play before they speak. This ability to observe allows them to pick up on subtleties that others might miss. They see the things that go unsaid, they notice the small gestures, and they understand the complexities of human behavior in a way that many don't. But this tendency to sit back and watch can sometimes make them feel like outsiders, more like spectators than participants. It's not that they don't want to engage, it's that they are more interested in understanding the bigger picture. 5. They have no time for drama. Life is challenging enough without unnecessary drama, and intelligent people know this all too well. They don't have the patience for petty conflicts, emotional outbursts, or needless drama that distracts from what truly matters. They prefer to focus on their goals, their passions, and their personal growth, rather than getting caught up in the chaos of other people's problems. When drama arises, intelligent individuals often choose to step back, not because they don't care, but because they understand that some conflicts simply aren't worth their time or energy. They value peace, clarity, and productivity, and they know that getting involved in unnecessary drama will only take them further away from what they want to achieve. It's not about avoiding conflict, it's about choosing their battles wisely. 6. They don't seek external validation. One of the most empowering traits of intelligent people is their ability to find validation from within. They don't need constant approval from others to feel confident in their abilities. They know their worth, they know their strengths, and they trust their instincts. This inner confidence allows them to move through life without seeking applause or recognition, which can sometimes make them appear distant or even aloof. While others might rely on external validation to feel successful, intelligent individuals are focused on their internal growth. They don't need to prove themselves to anyone but themselves. And this self-reliance can sometimes create a sense of distance between them and those who are constantly seeking approval. But for intelligent people, this independence is a source of strength, not isolation. 7. They build relationships on meaningful foundations. When it comes to relationships, intelligent individuals aren't interested in surface-level connections. They don't need a large social circle filled with acquaintances. Instead, they invest their time and energy into a few deep, meaningful relationships that offer genuine connection, mutual respect, and intellectual stimulation. These relationships may take time to build, but once they do, they are incredibly strong and enduring. However, this selectiveness can sometimes lead to feelings of loneliness, especially when they struggle to find people who truly understand them on a deeper level. But for intelligent individuals, it's not about how many friends they have, it's about the quality of those friendships. They would rather have one meaningful relationship than 100 superficial ones. 8. Their competence can be intimidating. Intelligent individuals often excel in their chosen fields, and this can sometimes make others feel intimidated. When someone consistently performs at a high level, it can create a gap between them and others who may feel inadequate or unsure of how to relate to them. This isn't something intelligent people do intentionally, but their competence can create a sense of distance between them and others. People may admire them from afar, but hesitate to approach them, fearing they won't measure up or won't have much in common. This dynamic can contribute to their sense of isolation, even when they are surrounded by people. But for intelligent individuals, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. They know that not everyone will understand their journey, and they are okay with that. 9. Their ideas often go beyond the norm. Intelligent people are often ahead of their time in terms of their thinking and ideas. They don't just follow the status quo, they challenge it. They push boundaries, think outside the box, and come up with ideas that are innovative, creative, and sometimes even revolutionary. But because their thinking is so forward-looking, they may find that others struggle to understand or appreciate their ideas. This can lead to feelings of frustration or isolation, as they find themselves in a world that hasn't quite caught up to them yet. But they don't let this hold them back. They continue to pursue their ideas with passion and determination, knowing that the world will catch up eventually. And when it does, they'll be ready to share their vision. 10. They are driven by purpose, not popularity. Intelligent people are often deeply driven by their personal goals and ambitions. Whether it's advancing their careers, mastering a skill, or working on a creative project, they are highly focused on achieving their dreams. This drive can make them seem distant or unavailable for casual social interactions, but it's not because they don't care about others. It's because they are so deeply committed to their purpose. They don't waste time on things that don't align with their goals. They prioritize their time, their energy, and their attention on what matters most to them, and they are willing to sacrifice socializing in favor of achieving their dreams. It's not about ignoring people, it's about staying focused on the bigger picture. In the end, intelligent people may feel lonely at times, but this solitude is often a choice, not a consequence. For them, solitude isn't about being disconnected from others. It's about being connected to something deeper within themselves. It's where they find their strength, their clarity, and their creativity. So if you find yourself drawn to moments of quiet, if you value your own company, and if you feel content with a smaller circle of meaningful connections, you're not alone. You're just walking your own path, and that path might be leading you to extraordinary places. As we wrap up, it's important to remember that living alone as you age can be one of the most enriching and fulfilling experiences when embraced with the right mindset. By staying active, nurturing hobbies, creating a supportive environment, and practicing self-care, older adults can enjoy their independence while thriving in the peace and quiet that living alone offers. It's not about isolation, but rather about finding joy in solitude and valuing the time you have to reflect and grow. Understanding the value of being alone at an older age allows you to connect with yourself on a deeper level. It's a time to rediscover your passions, set your own pace, and appreciate the beauty of the present moment without distractions. This phase of life is an opportunity to focus on what truly matters, cultivate meaningful connections, and embrace the freedom that comes with solitude, knowing you've lived a life full of experiences and wisdom. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. We're committed to providing you with insights that help make this stage of life as rewarding and enjoyable as possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.